Hi everyone, my name is Kelly Walters. I'm a solicitor and a mediator at Consilia Legal. This is On the Couch with Consilia today. There's a little bit of a change in venue due to the snow, so here we are. I'm joined by Nadia Britton, who is the Operationals Manager Director for the Independent Social Worker Partnership. So morning, Nadia, nice to see you.
Morning, thanks for having
Morning.
me.
Oh, no problem. So I invited you to join me just so you could explain to everybody a little bit about yourself,
Okay.
a little bit about your experience, the work that you do, and how you can, what services you offer and how you can help individuals and professionals.
Yeah, definitely. So about myself, so I have been here at ISWP for nearly 4 years now. My background is in children with learning disabilities. I came to the company because I really like the ethos of how the child is paramount for us. Um, and yeah, I've been here. I started as a senior business support and have managed to work my way up just because I think I believe in the company so much. So I've put a lot of myself into the company, and I think it's paid off. Um, we offer such a wide variety of assessments and services here that I think it makes such a big difference to those who we work with. That yeah, I love it here. I believe in what we do, and I can see that those who we work with, our independent social workers, they really care about what they do too.
And in terms of the referrals that you receive,
Mhm.
predominantly, where do they come from?
So we have a bit of a mixture. So we have a lot come from local authorities who either don't have the capacity themselves, or um, maybe there's a bit of a dispute between them and the parents. So we get from local authorities. A huge chunk come from solicitors as well, who are representing their clients, whether that be in private proceedings or whether it be, again, like I said, that there's a dispute between them and the parent and the local authority, and they would like an independent assessment. We get some from CAFCAS as well. We get sometimes some for some of our services, we get self referrals from parents themselves. That that's more for our supervised contact, though.
Okay. And as a solicitor, during private proceedings, private children proceedings, there are occasions where, you know, the court does require a piece of work, but as you've mentioned with the local authority, perhaps there is no resources to enable that work to be undertaken. What types of work can you do?
So we can do pretty much any kind of assessment. So the ones that come in mainly from solicitors that we find are parenting assessments. They are quite high, like parenting assessments alongside PAMS, Parent Assess, and QBAS. So those three are for parents who may have additional needs or mental health issues going on. So those sorts of assessments all tie in together. We get a large amount of Section 7s that come in. So that's the conflict between parents, and it takes into account the wishes and feelings of the child, and may also include contact. We get a lot of immigration assessments come in as well, whether that be individuals who are going through immigration or families that are going through immigration,
Mm.
but pretty much any kind of assessment that can be done, we can do it.
Mm. That's really impressive because during court proceedings, often we have to wait, weeks, months, sometimes for those reports to be prepared.
Yeah.
And obviously we have this child or these children in the background waiting. How quickly can you guys turn over a piece of work?
It dependent on the assessment. Some assessments have a time frame that they have to be conducted in. So for your PAMs, the recommended minimum for that is 8 to 12 weeks. So, depending on the timescales, but if a request was to come into us today, we could probably get somebody who wants to do it, who's able to do it, back to you within 2 hours. And as long as the letter of instruction comes over, we can, as quickly as you can work is as quickly as we can work, basically.
Oh no, that's really helpful. In some court proceedings, there is a specific type of work. So, for example, you've touched upon looking at the children's wishes and feelings within a piece of work. Is that something that can be done standalone?
Oh yeah,
And
we
if
can do
so,
wishes and feelings assessments completely separately.
are there any other snapshot pieces of work that you guys can do to help courts or solicitors?
It's very variable on what is needed at the time. We have lots of our ISWs who have their expertise in different fields. So it might be that somebody has done some sort of domestic violence work, maybe. So they then go on to do further courses and they become a specialist in that type of work. So if you were to come to us and say, I need a really niche piece of work, this is what it is, can you help me? We will put it out to we've got over 100 ISWs that work for us. So somebody somewhere will probably say, I can do that. We do a lot of life story work as well. I say a lot. It's very niche, the life story work that we do. So we do get requests for it, quite a lot come in, but it's dependent on the location and the type of life story work. We have specific independent social workers that specialize in therapeutic life story work. And they're based in certain parts of the country. Depending on the type of life story work, we can allocate somebody who would match the needs of the person. Does that make sense?
It does. At Consilia Legal, our clients, we have clients, you know, of all age, of all backgrounds. Do you have a variety of social workers who can perhaps accommodate those from certain cultures, from certain minorities?
Definitely. We have a lot of our ISWs speak another language. They have different backgrounds where they may be from. We've noticed the more niche, very difficult to find specialisms being needed, whether that be culturally or language or but yeah, we've got a lot of variety in our ISWs. So whether we've got somebody, one of our ISWs particularly is a specialist with South Asian families. Now, he will sometimes work alongside an interpreter. He doesn't speak the language, but that is his specialism. So he culturally knows what is needed and what's appropriate and how to go about things. He enjoys that type of work, so has gone on to do extra courses to make sure that he is doing everything that he can perfectly.
Mm, mm. No, it's I think the work obviously that you guys are doing, it helps families. You know, you're enabling decisions for children to be made quickly. Um, our mediation service that we offer, similarly, it's there to assist parents outside the court venue to
Yeah,
enable agreement to be reached at the earliest opportunity. So I can really see how we can work together, you know, to help these families and to help these children's. For the purpose of our listeners, is there anything else that you would like to add on before we finish today?
so what we believe in here is that, like I said, the child is paramount. So whatever we can do for that child to make life better, easier, quicker reunification with parents, anything we can do, we try to do our best. So what we find is the services that we offer, which are supervised contact with parents, the assessments, we do reverse residential parenting assessments, which is in a lot more natural environment for the family because they get to stay at home. The children get to stay in the school that they're already in. They've already got their friends there. They're not lifted and moved somewhere else where they completely don't know. We find why our services are so effective because they're completely independent and impartial. It's a quicker turnaround time. Like you said, sometimes the local authorities don't have the resources to conduct the assessments that are needed. We have social workers who are independent. They pick up the work, they don't pick up the work. But like I said, we've got about 100, even more, spread across the whole country. So they can say, yeah, I'm here, I can do that. I can do that in this time scale. Some are shorter time scales, whatever it may be. It's a turnaround time that's quicker. The judge, when it goes to court, knows, okay, this person has got court experience, they're independent, they're professional. Everything is just given quite nicely wrapped up in a bow, essentially. I think the good thing is when you were to put a request into us, we would offer you a number of CVs, unless it's a very, very niche assessment. We would offer you a number of CVs so yourselves and your clients can pick who you would like to do the assessment, because quite often with a local authority, you're just allocated who you're allocated. And that's not bashing local authorities. They don't have unlimited resources. But we will give you an option. Here's your CVs. Who would you like to pick? So that you guys can go through and say, oh, actually, I think their experience in this field might be beneficial to us. And like I say, everything is child focused for us.
So I think for the benefit of the viewers, what we'll do is we'll pop in your details, your contact details at the bottom of this podcast, and they can either contact you guys directly, or they can drop Consilia Legal a line, and then obviously we can put them in touch with you. And similarly, if people out there need any legal advice, assistance, whether it be with bringing families together via mediation, or contacting us with a family dispute, child arrangements, then obviously we can help. So Nadia, thank you very much for
Thank you so
joining me
much.
today. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thanks.